My beloved child, I know that your soul is now overflowing with emotions too deep for words. Perhaps you are astonished by what is unfolding. Perhaps you can hardly believe that this is real, that I, the Creator, your Father, am speaking directly to you in this very moment. But I want you to hear something that goes deeper than reason, something that does not reside within the logic of this world, but can only be discerned by the Spirit. It is my voice stirring within the innermost place of your heart. Even if you do not fully understand, even if your mind still questions, your soul is beginning to recognize the truth that I am here, very near, right beside you. Not as a vague idea or a distant concept, but as a living, loving presence. I am whispering gently to your soul, not through the noise of life, not through the clamor of the world, but through a stillness so tender that only those willing to truly listen can perceive it. This is not a random moment. This is not just another fleeting second. This is a sacred encounter appointed by my eternal love, a moment meant for just you and me. No one else stands between us. Nothing can obstruct this. Let all the sounds out there fade. Let every thought that competes for your attention step aside. All I long for is your full presence, your heart, your trust, your simplicity and honesty, like a child drawing near to their father. So take a deep breath, my child. Let the breath I give, full of life, fill your lungs. Allow your soul to rest. No more striving, no more doubting, no more fear. In this still moment, I want you to simply be. No need to do anything, no need to prove anything. Just be and receive. For in the silence you will hear me clearly. In the stillness you will feel my breath surrounding you. And in that very simplicity you will know I have never left you, not once, not ever. I love you with a love that cannot be measured, cannot be earned, and cannot fade. And today, in this very moment, I have not come to demand something of you. I have not come to blame or accuse. I have come to be with you, to remind you that you are not alone. Even when you feel lost, even when pain and worry press down on you, I am still here to be your refuge, to light your path, to walk alongside you on the long road ahead. You may have tried hard. You may be weary. You may have hoped and then been disappointed, trusted and then been heartbroken. But do not let those things shut your heart. Because today, I have not come to remind you of failure, but to awaken within you something that has never been lost: hope, sacred light, and the life I breathed into you with my own hands. I see every tear you've shed in silence. I understand the prayers you cannot form into words, the sighs you release in the middle of the night, the sad songs your heart sings in secret. And I want you to know that every small movement of your soul, every flicker, every hidden ache, none of it escapes my loving gaze. So, my precious child, let all your worries settle now. Open your heart to my presence. Do not let anything distract you from the gentle voice that is calling your name. For just one moment of true listening, just one instant of genuine trust, can open the gates of heaven and cradle your heart in unshakable peace. This is not a passing moment. This is a divine appointment written in eternity. And you, yes, you are the one I have chosen to step into this encounter today. Do not be afraid. Do not hesitate. Believe that you are loved completely, deeply, and forever. I am here. I love you, and I will not walk away. My beloved child, even before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. Every heartbeat, every breath you've ever taken, I was there. I am not only the one who created life in you, I am the one who walks beside you, watching over each moment, each turn, each second your heart breaks or leaps with joy. I have never turned away, even when you thought you were in the darkest place. Even when you felt alone, misunderstood, unseen, I was there, never far, like a quiet flame burning steadily in the deepest corner of your soul. I was present on the day of your first cry. I was there in your laughter, as a child, in your stumbles and tears on the schoolyard, in the moments when a careless word broke your tender heart and made you shut yourself away. I did not leave when you began to doubt. I did not disappear when you cried silently in the dark. On the contrary, those were the moments I drew closest to hold you with a presence your eyes may not have seen, but your soul surely felt. I am with you in every joy and in every tear. You do not need to pretend to be strong in front of me. You do not have to always smile or be perfect for me to love you. I love you not because you are flawless, but because you are. You, the child I molded with my own loving hands. I know the pain you carry, the things you tell no one, the memories that make you sigh in the night. The questions still unanswered, I see them all. I see every time you've pretended to be okay, every time you forced a smile while your heart was in turmoil. I understand every tear you quickly wiped away before stepping outside. I hear even the quietest prayers whispered in your heart, those no one else knows but I do, and not one of those prayers falls to the ground in vain. I keep them as treasured pearls in the palm of my hand. I know the fears you dare not speak, the fear of abandonment, the fear of not being enough, the fear that no one will truly understand or genuinely love you. But my child, there is a love that does not change, that is not measured by success or failure, that is not bound by condition or expectation. It is my love for you. A love that existed before you even knew how to love and will remain even when you have no strength left to love yourself. I am the place where you can fall without fear of judgment. I am the place where you can pour out your heart without fear of rejection. I do not grow tired of hearing your voice even if you repeat yourself. I do not get discouraged when you make the same mistake, for my love is unlike the love of this world. It is patient, enduring, and never lets go. I know every silent battle in your heart, the wars no one sees, yet they have taken your strength, your sleep, your joy. Every time you fought against negative voices, against painful memories or sharp words from the past, I know. Every time you asked, "Does anyone truly understand me?" I was the answer to that question. I do. I always have. I understand not just with logic, but with the deepest empathy, because I stepped into this world, took on flesh, endured suffering so I could embrace your weaknesses with a heart full of compassion. And I know that sometimes amid all the noise of this world you feel terribly alone. Not because no one is around, but because no one seems to truly understand your soul. But my child, in that silence, let your heart become still, and you will hear me. Not loud, not dramatic, but tender enough to soothe your thoughts, strong enough to remind you that you are never alone. I am there in every morning you wake, in every afternoon you grow weary, in every sleepless night. And I will remain today, tomorrow, and always. You are my joy, the one my eyes watch over, the child I treasure, more than all the universe. Even when you stray, I call you home. Even when you are tired, I lift you up. Even when you feel weak, I look at you with affection. So lift your head, my child. Believe that you are loved, not because you are without pain, but because you dare to keep living, keep hoping, keep seeking truth, and in that journey I never leave. I am walking with you step by step in silence, but never letting go. Let me be your strength on the days you are weak, your light in the night, and the unquenchable love in your soul. My beloved child, if you could see what is stirring in my heart right now, you would feel a longing so deep, not of anger, not of disappointment, but of a love crying out with holy ache. A love that has endured your turning away, your distractions, the moments when your gaze wandered from me. And now I am sitting so close, closer than your breath, closer than your thoughts, and you do not even realize. This may be the last time I gently call you with this tender voice, before the doors of grace begin to close. Not because I reject you, but because you have gone so far that my voice can no longer be heard. I am not threatening you, my child. I am speaking truth because time is moving faster than you think. The things you believe you still have time to fix, to return from, to forgive, to love, to believe, are slowly coming to a close, day by day, hour by hour. Because of this, I have to speak with urgency, my heart trembling with love for you, unable to remain silent any longer. I do not want you to lose your way, to wander deeper into the maze of distraction, doubt, and drift until there's no escape. I do not want this precious moment prepared by me for you to meet me to be stolen by the noise of the world. I cannot force you to listen, for I did not create you as a slave, but as a child with freedom to choose. Yet, my dear, that freedom is not a weapon against your own destiny. I've witnessed countless souls postpone the call from on high only to wander lost in loneliness and regret. That is not what I desire for you. I am not begging by power, but by tears, by the love of a father who sees his child standing on the brink unaware. Oh, beloved, if I have ever cried out with urgency, it is now. Please, just this once, remain still and listen, not with your ears, but with the heart that beats and yearns. Do not let messages, calls, trivial concerns steal this holy moment. This isn't just another moment in your day, it could be the destined moment of your life. Don't think you have plenty of time to consider. Don't assume tomorrow or next week will be any different. Every day offers reasons to delay, but you do not know how many days remain for your soul. I do not say this to frighten you. I am not a demanding God. I am your Father, the one who has patiently waited for you in silence, counted your sighs, lifted you countless times when you thought you could not walk further. And now I can no longer be silent as I watch you drift away. Stop, my beloved. Stop chasing those things that wear you out. Halt before everything you cling to becomes a burden crushing your soul. I did not come to take anything from you. I came to give back to you your true self, the person I created, not to fear, not to be lost, but to live, to love, to walk in the light. I do not demand perfection before you return. I only require a soft heart ready to open and say, Father, I have heard. That is all I need. Just one word, just one small step, and I will run to you without delay, without hesitation. I will embrace you as if no distance ever existed, as if no sin ever separated us. For I do not count your sins. I count every time you turn back to me. Do not let anything pull you away from this moment. Because right now, I am ready to perform a miracle, not an outward one, but the miracle of your soul. I want to heal your old wounds, rekindle your confidence that you are loved unconditionally, completely, forever. The world will never love you as I do. Reputation will never fill the void only I can reach. Success cannot replace a father's comfort. And people, however well-meaning, cannot understand you as deeply as the one who formed you. So, my child, I am waiting not to judge, but to love, not to condemn, but to open my arms. I cannot know how many times more I can call you with this yearning, for the door of time is not always wide open. But I know one thing clearly today: there is still hope. This moment is still grace. And you still have a chance to say yes to the gentle yet powerful call from your Father. Listen now, my beloved. Hear me not with your ears, but with your soul longing for the touch of true love. I do not want to lose you. And you don't have to go any farther to realize that I have always been near, so near that as soon as you turn toward me, I am there waiting with all the mercy of a father who loves you to the end. My beloved child, I wish in this moment you could glimpse yourself through my eyes, eyes without prejudice, without contempt, eyes that do not measure you by your mistakes or failures. If you could see yourself as I see you, your heart would be comforted beyond measure. Your soul would be so light. For you are not the broken one you have believed yourself to be. You are not a soiled cloth that no longer matters. You are not defiled beyond redemption. You are not the verdict your past has passed once and forever. No, my child, in my eyes you are precious, a treasure I ceaselessly protect, a life bearing the imprint of my own love. I know you've endured long days of despising yourself, nights heavy with sorrow, believing you've sinned beyond return. I've heard your silent self-reproaches, your heavy sighs, your tear-filled eyes when no one was there to wipe them. But I am here, always here, and I have never looked upon you with rejection. You may think yourself unworthy, but my love is not built on worthiness. It is founded on eternal mercy, on a father's deepest desire to see his child whole, happy, walking free from shame. I long to wash away the stains of your past, not with condemnation, but with the gentle touch only a true father can offer. Like a father bending down to his small child who has stumbled, hands still smudged with dust, face streaked with tears and mud, yet he does not scold or push away. He gently wipes your face, cleans every scratch, and holds you close. That is who I am. I do not use swords to fix you. I use compassion to transform you. No wound is deeper than my healing power. No fault greater than the grace I pour upon you. My child, I am not seeking a perfect child. I seek a heart ready to return. A soul brave enough to believe it still matters, still has hope, still has chance to be loved and live the destiny I designed from the start. That destiny has not changed no matter how far you've strayed. Nothing you've done can cause me to abandon my good purpose for your life. I keep my promise. I wait with patience. I guard every part you thought lost. You may believe your life is a string of mistakes, your heart cracked too many times to ever heal. But let me tell you this: I am the one who restores what cannot be restored, resurrects what seemed dead, writes new chapters in stories you thought ended. The things that shame you I do not despise. The secrets you keep I already know. But rather than turn away, I step closer. I don't see you as a sinner, but as one chosen not because you are good, but because I love you. So don't hide from my gaze any longer. Don't try to wash away your blemishes by your own strength. Let me do it. Let me wipe away each regret, each layer of past dust, each stain the world has branded your name with. Stop calling yourself by the names the world has given. Remember that you are my beloved child. Nothing can change that, not your mistakes, nor any voice, nor any circumstance. That title is written in love and sealed by my own life. Look up and see yourself through. My eyes filled with tenderness, not seeking reasons to forgive because forgiveness has already been granted. Those eyes are calling you home, not to face punishment, but to be restored. You are not someone abandoned. You are someone redeemed. And you don't have to do anything to be worthy. You only need to believe. Believe that I do not speak empty words. Believe that I really love. And believe that right now in this moment a new beginning can start, not because you're strong enough, but because I am powerful enough to make all things new. Come home, my child. Let me wipe your tears. Let me embrace you with arms of forgiveness, of unrestricted mercy. You have always been mine, not because you never fell, but because I never let go. In my eyes you are not defiled. In my heart you are always loved. And in my eternal plan you have a place no one else can fill, a place I reserve just for you. My beloved child, I have waited for this moment through countless years, the moment you bravely open your heart to me. No polished words needed, no perfect ritual required, just one deep breath, one whisper from your soul, Father, I am here. And in that moment, as the door of your soul gently opens, I step in, not loud, not rushed, but as softly as light filtering into a dark room, as refreshing as a cool breeze on parched skin after scorching sun. I do not come to pile new burdens. I come to remove every heavy weight you have carried through your journey. I see clearly every scar on your soul, not just what you endured, but even what you never dared share. The words that hurt you, the betrayals that made you lose trust, the failures that made you doubt your worth. All of them are like a massive stone on your chest, making every breath heavy, stealing the peace from your sleep. But my child, I am not here to repeat that past. I am here to set you free from it. I do not want you to keep living in its shadow and regret, in pain that seems impossible to erase. I want you to place it all in my hands, yes, every haunting thing, every unshed tear, every hidden failure. Hold nothing back. Don't try to be strong anymore. Give it all to me. You need not worry that your burdens might hurt me. I am the one who carries what you cannot bear. I am not discouraged by your wounds. On the contrary, my love is most fully displayed in your weakness. When you place those burdens in my hands, I do not hold on to them, nor do I use them against you. I cast them far away, not merely out of sight, but to erase them from my eternal memory. They vanish like mist under morning sun, gently yet decisively. Nothing in them can accuse you anymore. Nothing in them can define you. To me, you are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are you, the child I love, the one I chose to heal, to lift up, to renew. I know you may not be familiar with complete forgiveness. You have lived in a world where forgiveness is fickle, where mistakes leave scars. But my child, I am not human. My love is unlike any fleeting emotion. My forgiveness is not mere words. It is sacred power for restoration. Once I forgive, I no longer remember the sin. Once you entrust it to me, it has no claim over you. It ceases to be a burden. It ceases to bind you. It ceases to darken your life. Only light remains, the light of a fresh start, of a heart gently free, truly living. Imagine this, my hand outstretched, steady and open. You only need to place yours, no justifications, no concealment. Even if you believe it's too dirty, too shameful, too tangled, I still want it. For what you see as worthless is what I use to transform your life. I can turn ashes into beauty. I can use tears to water seeds of hope. I can do what no one else can erase, not only the consequences, but even the feelings of guilt buried deep in your heart. My child, there are things you can never forget, but I can remove their power over you. I can make those memories no longer hurt. I can turn your wounds into testimony, not about weakness, but about how much the one who loves you pursued you. And when others see you, they will no longer see someone weighed down by sin, but someone free, healed, alive in the light. So today, right now, I invite you to do something simple. Open your heart. Let it go. Do not hold on to the pain any longer. Do not let the past drive your life. We can start again not from where you fell, but from the place you choose to trust. From there, I will lead you on a new path, gentle, steady, free from lurking darkness. You will learn again how to breathe, how to live, how to smile, no fear, no shame, only the peace that comes from a heart touched by sacred love. And remember, once I take those burdens from your hands, I will not return them. I will not keep them to remind you. I will fling them far away, deep into a place no one can ever find them. And you will walk forward, not with weary steps, but with steps renewed by grace. My beloved, your eyes may be blurred now by tears you can no longer hold back. But my child, do not be ashamed, do not hide those tears. Let them flow, for they are not tears of weakness or failure. They are holy tears of liberation, the sign that your heart is softening, opening to love and my presence. They are the natural response of a soul that has carried burdens far too long and is now being touched by my gentle yet mighty hand. You need not conceal your emotions, for I am the one who created that heart, the heart that knows pain, that knows love, and is now being healed. Do you know, my child, that every tear you shed is not in vain? They are not marks of failure, but evidence of a sacred process unfolding deep within you, a process I, your Father, am carrying out in the very core of your being. In those tears, burdens are being laid down, layers of the past are being washed away, and your soul is being refreshed like parched earth, receiving the first rains of a new season. Don't try to stop what is happening. This is not a collapse, but a holy breaking open to make way for a new journey. I am performing the work of healing not just on the surface, but in the hidden chambers of your heart, where you have buried wounds and unspoken pain for so long. And I want you to know this. The moment you allow your tears to fall is also the moment a new beginning is received. Not a beginning of perfection or flawlessness, but of trust, of companionship, of a soul brave enough to release what no longer serves and take hold of what I am giving. Today, I hand you a blank page, pure, unstained, free from the marks of past ink. Your past, with all its heartbreaks, regrets, and closures, no longer defines you. It no longer has the power to hold you back. I do not see you through the lens of your failures. I see you through the eyes of love, the eyes of the one who chose you before the foundations of the world were laid, and to me, you are and have always been worthy. You don't need to go back and pick up the shattered pieces of what once was. We are no longer focused on the past. Those things have been wiped clean, removed by my hand, and now you can breathe deeper, walk freer, and move forward with a heart no longer shackled. You may still remember what happened, but let those memories become a testimony, not a chain. From today forward, I want to write a new chapter with you, not one written in fear, but in hope. Not with your weary striving, but with my loving guidance. The future I have for you is not dim. It is not a foggy, uncertain path, but a journey lit by the guiding light. And that light is me. I do not promise ease, but I do promise that you will never walk alone. There may be rainy days ahead, more trials to face, but this time you will not battle them on your own. I will hold your hand, lead you through unfamiliar lands, grant you wisdom when you are unsure, and strengthen you when you grow tired. My precious child, what truly matters is not how much you can accomplish, but whether you will dare to believe in my unshakable love for you, a love that needs no proof, no repayment. It only asks for your acceptance. Let that love wrap around you like a new garment, replacing the worn cloak of shame, self-blame, and doubt. You are not bound by what has been. You are free to become who you were created to be, a reflection of my glory, my kindness, and my hope to the world. So if you're crying, let the tears fall. Cry like a child finally embraced after years of wandering. Cry like a soul that has finally found refuge. Cry because you now know that nothing can separate you from my love, not sin, not circumstance, not history. And when the final tear falls, I will be there to wipe your eyes, to take your hand, and to say, "Come, let's keep walking." I love you not because you are strong, but because you are mine. And nothing, no one can ever change that truth. You are my beloved, my joy, the evidence of restoration. And from this day forward, on the clean new page I've given you, you will begin writing the most beautiful story, the story of one who has been healed, forgiven, and loved beyond measure. My beloved child, in this vast and chaotic world, there are souls walking in the shadows, burdened by unseen pain, crying silent cries from the depths of their spirit. There are those too weary to believe in anything good, too wounded to open their hearts to love. But right now, in this very moment, I am calling you to join me, not through grand gestures, not through fame or exceptional skill, but through simple acts, through small yet sincere lights flowing from your heart. Do you know that just a gentle word, a timely hand to hold, an honest smile, a loving presence, is enough to shine my light into the darkest corner of a breaking soul? See every loving deed you do as a small lamp that you and I are lighting together. Even if its glow seems modest when placed in the right moment in the right place, it can become a lighthouse guiding someone who was once lost back into the light. Never underestimate the power of kindness, because even a small light can pierce through the thickest darkness, and the light that comes from me when spread through your love and faithfulness will never be extinguished. It will keep burning, keep shining, keep warming hearts that thought they had gone cold. You may think what you're doing is too ordinary, but to me nothing is insignificant when done in love. When you sit beside someone who's weeping and silently comfort them, you become my embrace. When you share a word of encouragement, a verse, a simple prayer, you help deliver the message of love straight from my heart. When you don't turn away from the weak, when you choose forgiveness over bitterness, when you remain gentle in a world of strife, you reveal that my light is alive in you. I'm not looking for heroes who perform great feats in the eyes of the world. I'm searching for those willing to do small things with great heart. You don't have to be impressive to be impactful. You only need to be faithful, because even your smallest support is a part of the symphony of love I am composing across this earth. Every soul you touch is a moment where darkness is pushed back. Every word of love you plant in another's heart is a seed of hope taking root. And every act of kindness, even unseen, is remembered by me, not just because it is beautiful, but because it carries the power to transform lives. My beloved, do not live only to care for yourself. Open your heart to see how many around you long to be seen, to be believed in, to be healed. And I have chosen you not because you are flawless, but because you are willing. You are a lamp, and I am the source of light. When we work together, that light not only brightens your path, but also illuminates the way for lost souls. I do not want anyone left in the dark. My love is enough for all, and you are the outstretched hand through which that love touches each thirsting heart. If today you see someone burdened, step toward them. If you sense someone weary, reach out. If you know someone doubting whether they are loved, be the living proof that my love is still present. You don't need to save the whole world. But if you can bring light to just one person, just one soul, then you have done something eternal with me. One healed soul is a victory in the invisible battlefield you do not see. One rescued heart is a miracle in my limitless plan of love. So live, my child, as though every act you do carries the light of heaven. Live with the confidence that nothing done in love is ever wasted. And remember, each time you step beyond yourself to lift another, you are drawing nearer to me. You and I are doing this together, not by your strength alone, but through the power, mercy, and endless love of your Father flowing through you. Keep walking, my precious one. Keep shining. Don't worry if your light feels small at times, for in my hands it will grow. And you who may feel so ordinary are the bearer of the most extraordinary message that my love is real, it is enough, and it is for everyone. I am proud of you. And I will continue with you, shining, lifting, healing, until not a single soul walks in darkness anymore. My beloved child, I know the days when your heart feels adrift on the wide ocean of life, those mornings when you wake and don't know why, where to go, or what to live for. I see you wrestle with decisions, with the temptations of fame, wealth, image, and status, yet deep inside there is a hollowness you cannot name. I see you smile when others are watching, but sigh when it's just you and the silence. You've tried so hard, chased what the world calls success, but every time you touch it, the satisfaction vanishes like mist. Something in you is always longing, always reaching for something deeper. What you haven't realized is that it's me calling, the voice of eternal love searching for you, inviting you back to your true purpose. I understand when you feel stuck in repetitive patterns, in the grind of responsibility, of expectations, of the shoulds that never touch your soul. Maybe you've asked, is this all there is? Maybe you've blamed yourself for not being passionate enough, clear enough, driven enough. But I do not see you with eyes of judgment. I do not fault you for this. On the contrary, in your confusion, I see a sacred opportunity, an invitation to return, to stop chasing illusions, and begin walking into the life I designed just for you. A life not of mere existence, but of fullness of love, of divine purpose that brings good into this world. Let me change that. Let go of what wears you down and take my hand. You don't need to understand everything right away. You only need enough trust to take the first step. Because when you place your trembling hand into mine, strong yet tender, you will no longer have to navigate on your own, no longer strain to keep control. I will guide. I will clear the path. I will resurrect the hope you thought was lost. I don't promise ease, but I promise meaning with every step. You will not feel lost anymore, for now you will be led by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. I have designed a life for you, unlike any other. Not copied, not conformed, not based on someone else's achievements. It is a life woven with grace, with a calling only you can fulfill. You will discover that you were never random, never a mistake, never excess in this world. You were made to love, to build, to heal, to shine. Every dream you thought had died, every gift you left behind, every fragment you hid, I can restore it all. And from those very things I will create something new, a journey more radiant than you've ever dared imagine. My child, the world will always try to define you by job titles, by achievements, by comparison. But I do not look at you through those standards. I look at you through the loving gaze of your Creator, the one who sees your potential where others only see your limits, the one who knows what you can bring into the world when you dare to walk with me. When you let me lead, your life will no longer be a cycle of repetition but a journey with purpose, where every day you know you're moving closer to life's deepest meaning, to live in love, to sow hope, to change the world by first letting me change your heart. And you will be amazed to see that once you begin to live under my guidance, even the smallest things you do can carry great impact. A word of encouragement, a well-timed embrace, a spontaneous act of kindness. These may seem small, yet they bring light into the darkest places and offer hope to souls that are drifting and disoriented just as you once were. Your life, when placed in my hands, becomes a living testimony of my unchanging love, a living proof that no one is forgotten, that no one is lost forever when they choose to hold on to my hand. So, my beloved child, if your heart feels empty, if you feel like you're nothing special without purpose, pause for a moment. Don't keep running. Be still and open your heart. Let me in. I am waiting not to scold but to restore, not to condemn but to lead. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need to begin with a simple response. Father, I'm here. And I will answer immediately. I have always been here, waiting for you to return. And from that very moment, a new journey begins, a journey filled with meaning, love, and divine influence, not just for you, but for the world that will be touched through you. My beloved child, every step you take in this life is never alone, even when it feels like you are walking through a barren desert or standing at a crossroads filled with confusion. I want you to know that I am walking beside you, not as a distant concept, not as a vague promise, but as a real, living, and steady presence. I am not watching from afar, nor waiting for you to figure it all out on your own. I am right there in every step, in every decision, in every moment you doubt yourself or want to give up. When you are weak, I do not demand strength from you. On the contrary, that is when I open my arms to hold you and give you strength that surpasses your own, a strength from heaven, born of mercy and eternal love. Can you trust me with your future? This question is not asked to test you, but to invite you into deeper intimacy, a place where trust is not just a fleeting feeling, but a bridge over dark days, a light that leads when everything around you falls silent. I do not promise that you will always see the path clearly, but I promise that my hand will never let go of yours, and your feet will never walk alone on the smooth road or the rocky one. There may be times when you ask, why is this happening? Or why is God leading me down winding roads instead of a straight and easy path? But my child, it is in those unexpected turns that I am doing something miraculous. I am refining your faith, opening your eyes to see beauty that can only be perceived in the dark, and leading you into things you could never imagine if you only followed your own plans. The changes, the things you call loss or disruption, are not the result of my neglect, but rather the individual pieces of a greater picture. A picture you may not fully see today, but one day you will look back and say, it all had a purpose, and He was there. My child, I have not brought you this far just to abandon you in confusion. I am not the one who begins something good and then leaves it unfinished. Once I have begun something in your life, I am also the one who will see it through to completion. The plan I have for you is not a worn path, but a journey filled with hope, renewal, and a purpose far greater than what you ever imagined. Each day, whether you realize it or not, is a step closer to the good that I have already prepared for you. Remember, you do not need to know everything in advance to keep moving forward. You only need to know that I am the one holding the map. When you feel weary, lean your head on me. When you're unsure, ask me. When you're lost, look up. And when all you have left is a fragile faith, know that even a little trust in me is enough to shake heaven and unlock every door that needs to be opened at the right time. Do not fear closed doors, for I am also the one who shuts them to protect you from what is not yet time. And don't rush into any door just because you fear waiting. I want you to walk into the right place at the right moment with a prepared heart, not just to receive blessings, but to know how to hold on to them and use them to build, to serve, and to spread my love and light to others. My precious child, whether today you are in a season of trial or walking peacefully through green fields, trust that I am still working. Not a single day in your journey is wasted. Not a single tear that falls is meaningless. I remember them all. I gather every pain, every joy, and turn them into precious stones to build your divine destiny. And through it all, what I desire most is to walk with you, to see you grow, to watch your faith increase, not through ease, but every time you dare to believe, to move, and to live by my word. So today, if you feel anxious about tomorrow, place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath and whisper, I trust you, Father. That is all you need to begin. Let me take care of the rest. Let my love cover you. Let my promises uphold you. Let my wisdom guide you. And let my presence walk with you, step by step, day by day, until you arrive at the very place I have destined for you, a place where you will live in fullness, peace, the deepest meaning. For I am faithful, for I love you, and I will never leave you. My beloved child, when you choose to open your heart and become part of this community, you are not just entering a new space, you are stepping into a sacred family where each heart is connected through my love, through steadfast faith, and through a purpose far greater than any earthly difference. In a world filled with division and loneliness, where many walk without truly being known, it is here among those who believe, who hope, who seek the light, that your soul will find a true home. This is not a superficial joining, but a deep spiritual connection where hearts are touched, where words carry life, and where love is not based on perfection but on grace from me. When you hold the hands of your brothers and sisters in faith, you are declaring that you are not alone. You are not fighting by yourself, not carrying burdens in silence. Because here there will be eyes that see you with compassion, hands ready to lift you when you're tired, and prayers whispered quietly that follow you day by day. When you are weak, someone will stand in intercession for you. When you are discouraged, words of encouragement will flow into your soul like a refreshing stream. When you succeed, there will be genuine applause, not out of envy or judgment, but out of true joy from spiritual family. I know life is not always easy. There are days you feel lost within your own faith. There are times you walk in uncertainty, times you crave an embrace, but don't know where to find it. But here in the community I am building, you will find what your soul has longed for in silence: belonging. Not a belonging earned by doing right or meeting some standard, but a belonging because you are my child, because you are loved, because you bear the image of your heavenly Father. You are welcomed here with open hearts, no conditions, no limits, no suspicion. And my child, believe that I am present even in the seemingly quiet prayer gatherings, in the small group meetings, in every ordinary conversation filled with sincere care. I am there in every glance, every song, every hand extended at the right moment. I am not distant, not only above, but near, so very near. And I smile every time I see you sitting among your new brothers and sisters, your heart opening, no longer hiding behind cautious walls, but daring to live, to trust, to love. Because I know in those seemingly simple moments something miraculous is unfolding. You are growing not just in knowledge, but in heart, in love, and in depth of relationship with me and with others. This is a journey. No one is perfect, no one walks without stumbling. But it is in walking together, learning together, praying together, worshiping together, that you will begin to see more clearly what I long to do in your life. You will be shaped, molded, and comforted. There will be days you cry and others cry with you. There will be days you sing and others join in your song. That is how I use community to nourish faith, not so you become dependent, but so you learn to live in love, humility, and responsibility. If today you hear a gentle call within your heart, a call to step into community, to enter deeper connection with this spiritual family, do not hesitate. Do not hold back out of fear that you are not enough. Do not ask whether you are worthy. I am not searching for perfect people, but calling ready hearts. For it is here that I will do my work, lifting you, healing you, using you to touch others and letting you be touched through obedience and unity. Allow yourself to live in this connection. Step in with the trust that you will not be left behind, not forgotten. Every step you take, every time you open your heart, is a step closer to the good plan I have prepared. And I, your Father, am smiling as I watch you grow within this new family where you are known, loved, and helping to build something beyond yourself. You are not alone. You are not lost in the crowd. You are called by name, welcomed with heart, and held in my arms right in the middle of the community I so dearly love. You are a part of this beautiful thing, and I rejoice because you have chosen to step in. I love you, and I am always here with you and among my children. My beloved child, amid all the things you're chasing and the noise that fills each day, I invite you to pause and listen to the gentle whisper of my voice. A voice not harsh, not forceful, but echoing from eternity that the life you're living today is like a morning mist, appearing briefly and then vanishing quicker than you realize. The things you believe are lasting: fame, wealth, plans for the future, the accomplishments you dream of will all fade in the unrelenting current of time. But there is one thing that remains, one thing always essential, and always there waiting for you to notice. It is me, the one who created you, who loves you, and who longs for you to return to me every single day. Did you know, my child, that even before your very first cry echoed into the world, I had already known every breath you would take, every day you would live, every moment you would laugh or weep? I didn't just know, I remembered. Not a single second of your life has ever been random. Not a single day has ever been without meaning. I have counted every one of them with love, with the desire that each would be a step bringing you closer to me. I never intended for you to merely exist, rushing forward with weary feet and no clarity as to why. I want you to truly live, to live with joy that comes from knowing you are loved, named, and wrapped in a divine plan that cannot be erased. But my child, I also know that life on this earth does not last forever. However long and full your years may be, they remain but a fleeting breath beside eternity. That is why there is an ache in my heart when I see you chasing after temporary things and forgetting the one who alone can give you what is eternal. I do not become angry when you strive for joy, stability, or success, but I do grieve when you believe those things are enough to fill your soul. Because even if you gain it all, if you are missing me, there will always be a void within you that nothing in this world can satisfy. My beloved, my desire is not to make you fear the passing of life, but to awaken you before it is too late, to help you realize that everything you've ever needed, everything you've longed for in love, belonging, safety, and purpose is found in one thing: me. I do not want you to wake up in the final moments, only to look back on a life full of noise but void of depth. I do not want your years to be a repetitive cycle that never touches what truly matters. I want you to know that starting today, not tomorrow, not when you've made it, not when you feel more grown, but right now, you can return to me and begin to live a life that is truly real. My child, I am not distant. I am not an abstract idea you come near to only when you're in pain or when ritual demands it. I am your Father, the one who waits for you, who walks beside you on every path, whether you see me or not. And today I invite you to look upon the fragility of life, not to fear, but to awaken. Let your heart remember that what you do today, how you live today, is leading you somewhere closer to me or further from the source of life. My hand is reaching out to you, and you do not have to wait until the world falls apart or your heart shatters to take hold of it. Take it now, while your heart is still tender, while your spirit is still awake enough to hear this truth. The most precious thing you could ever receive in this life is not achievement, not applause, but a living, loving relationship with your Father. I long to give you a life of fullness, not defined by material wealth or status, but by the deepest purpose, a life close to me, lived according to the design for which you were made, with a heart that knows how to love, how to forgive, how to hope, and how to prepare for the eternity that awaits. And if today you feel you've strayed too far or forgotten for too long, I say this to you, it is never too late to return. It is never too late to begin again when you walk with me. I will not list your old mistakes. I will not interrogate you for why you wandered. I will simply open my arms, wipe your tears, and say, "Welcome home. This life is but a fleeting breath, my child. But my love for you is everlasting. And when you choose to live each day with the awareness that you are covered by that love named in my eternal plan, then every moment, however brief, becomes full of meaning. I am here. I am waiting for you. And I long for each day you live, to not lead you further from me, but draw you closer, closer to my heart, closer to eternity, closer to the divine destiny I ordained for you before the world began. My beloved child, something sacred has been awakened within you, a stirring that no force in this world can deny. Your heart has been moved, your spirit awakened, not by the clamor of the world, but by the gentle yet powerful truth that you are loved, that you have purpose, and that you were not born to live a shadowed or trapped life, but to step into a glorious destiny where victory is yours, because you have been chosen and prepared by your Father since before time began. The moment you recognize this, you will never be the same again. Even if your outer circumstances remain unchanged, something within you has been restored. A light has been kindled. A flame has been ignited, and it is my eternal love that will nourish that light. My child, guard this truth as you would the most precious treasure. Because even if today you feel strong and clear, tomorrow the world will try to make you doubt what you have received. It will whisper that you are not worthy, that today's feelings are fleeting, that you will return to old fears, old habits, and the weariness that once overwhelmed you. But I say this to you, do not let the truth be stolen from your heart. Hold tight to what you felt today, the sense of being wholly embraced by unconditional love, the unshakable peace, and that deep knowing in your heart that you were not created to merely endure but to overcome. You are no longer who you once were. You have been made new, not by your own strength, but by the power of my love, a love that crossed every boundary, every failure, every sin to reach you. I know there will be times when you feel unsteady. The noise of the world will try to lull you back into numbness, where you no longer feel clearly, no longer long deeply, just surviving in the grind of habit and pressure. There will be days of confusion, moments when you feel pulled away by enticing things that are empty inside. And that is why I urge you to remember what awakened you today will also sustain you tomorrow if you choose to remain in that light. Live with spiritual memory, not just fleeting emotion. Let truth sink deep into your soul like roots into the earth, so that when the storms come, you will not be uprooted. I do not promise you will never be tested, but I promise you will never be alone. I will walk with you through every day, every season, every stage. When you feel weak, I will be your strength. When you lose your way, I will be your guiding light. When you feel insufficient, I will be your fullness. My love is not a momentary experience, but a living relationship, daily, hourly, with every breath. And I will help you live each day in this new light, not through pressure, but through grace. Not by striving to earn my favor, but by knowing you are loved and that love will transform you. My child, once a heart has been awakened, it cannot return to numbness. You will become more sensitive to goodness, more moved by the beauty of truth, and you will begin to see both yourself and the world through my lens. You will start to live not just to survive, but to shine. Not just to be loved, but to love. Not just to receive blessing, but to become a channel of blessing to others. That is the sign of a soul living in spiritual awakening, and you are that soul. So if one day your heart feels weary, if today's emotions suddenly feel distant, return to this word: you have been awakened. You are no longer who you were. And I, your Father, am holding you by the promise that cannot be broken. Keep going, my beloved. Take each step in the light of truth, remembering that you are not only loved, you are purposed. You are not only forgiven, you are sent. You are not only healed, you are chosen to bring healing. And you are not just a believer. You are the chosen one to live to shine and to triumph in my name. Hold this close to your heart. Do not let go. Do not forget. Let the truth that awakened you today become the whisper of every morning, the soft echo in every night, the guiding light in every decision, and the living breath for each day you walk this earth. And always remember, I love you. I have chosen you. I have renewed you. And I will never leave you. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion in glory. Amen. As a child of God, you are never alone. He walks with you through every moment, constantly reminding you to live in faith and love. Follow and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single word I speak from the heavens. Amen.